And then, of course, Melissa Sue Anderson, who Allison wrote, does not even go to the toilet. She writes with a wit that seems to fit whatever we saw from the show. Even her character descriptions are clever. Here's how she describes Albert Ingalls. And you know Albert. Orphan Albert is a street waif, a stealing, gambling, artful dodger type that Charles brings into the Ingalls family. Sad-eyed with pouty lips, he is a magnet for tragedy. If someone is going to accidentally burn down a building, befriend a teenage rape victim, get addicted to morphine, or come down with a bizarre fatal disease, it's this kid. He's such a hit, it starts a ghastly, irreversible trend on the show. Dozens of orphans and lost children being taken in by the Ingalls, the Edwards, and eventually even the Olsons. And then, the best detail ever. You know the beginning credits? Carrie fell on the beginning credits because her dope of a mother put Carrie's shoes on the wrong feet. That's priceless information. And Allison mentions all the running, and oh my gosh, they are running everywhere all the time in every episode. I want to be Allison's best friend. In fact, my best friend in high school was a little like Allison. Allison plays Nellie so well, every person on the planet hates her. She gets bullied at school, attacked at events. Even over the phone, people recognize her voice and ask if she's Nellie. When she gets called a bitch, she says, "Thank you." Beautiful. I don't want to spoil all the juicy tidbits for you, but Allison writes about how she had PMS when they filmed Little Women, The Music Box, The Cheaters, and the memorable fight in the mud over El Monzo. She spends ample time on the bunny episode, which was the episode my students couldn't believe. They couldn't believe she was faking it. I got so much joy watching them watch that episode. Allison shares how Mary hated John Jr. and refused to kiss him. Because of that, John Jr. left the show and Michael Landon made Mary blind, just like her true counterpart. And then Percival enters the show. Percival was my favorite character. I adored him. I love the two-part episode, He Loves Me Not, which I always made sure to catch the Percival and Nellie parts as I was bored with Enzo and Laura.
I also have a very short temper. Why your mother ever built this place for you, I'll never know. You certainly can't cook, and you certainly have no right to be dealing with the public. And as pretty as you are, you don't need a restaurant to catch a husband in the first place.
He said I was pretty.
It broke my heart that Steve Tracy, who played Percival, died of AIDS. Allison and Steve Tracy became very close friends. In fact, everyone thought they were a real couple in real life. Apparently, no one knew he was gay. Allison became an AIDS activist and helped him through treatment, but he died when he was 34 years old. She also helped change childhood abuse laws. Allison is one of the good guys in Hollywood, using her status for everything good. She credits Michael Landon for keeping all the kids on the show out of trouble. They had a saying about the cast of Little House: no arrests, no convictions. Like almost all the other celebrity memoirs I've read, Allison doesn't name drop. She's not trying to impress her readers. She doesn't have to. She's fricking Nellie Oleson. There are no pity parties in this book. She doesn't fix her nose or enhance her breasts. She embraces and celebrates her iconic role and is grateful for everything it gave her. Matthew Perry should take some notes, and she's a lot funnier than he is. My only criticism, I wish she would have developed more of the adult life as she visited all the real places of Laura Ingalls Wilder, like Walnut Grove. When I visited De Smet, South Dakota, and Walnut Grove, Minnesota, and Mansfield, Missouri, I love seeing stuff from when cast members visited. I wish she would write a humorous book filled with essays about life. I always thought she should have played Betty Broderick instead of Meredith Baxter Birney, although she might have been too young to play the part. She would have created fabulous Saturday Night Live characters. I wanted to see her in all the other stuff I watched because if the world despises Nellie Oleson so much, Allison must have been a great actor. Allison is authentic and real and funny and thoughtful and compassionate. Even if you aren't obsessed with Little House on the Prairie, you will laugh at this book and Allison will inspire you. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Little House on the Prairie, I'm so sad.